Thanks for joining us, and welcome to episode 15 of Gridiron Glory, another milestone for us here at Gridiron Glory. I'm Alexander Cook, and let's get right to the NFL scores and the college football playoff rankings. Let's start with the NFL scores. Of course, last Thursday, November 17th, we had the Saints taking on the Panthers, in which the Panthers won 23-20. In a close game where the Saints made a comeback bid but could not get the job done. Then we had the Steelers taking on the Browns. And good job, Browns. You lost again. Steelers won 24-9, and the Browns just absolutely terrible. Steelers not that good, but those Browns have not. Right now my prediction sits at them being 0-16 at the end of the season. And I'll tell you one thing. That is not good at all. Let's continue on. We had another game on CBS that for a while was a fun one. It was Cowboys taking on the Ravens, but in the end, how about those Cowboys winning 27-17? My Super Bowl favorite right there in the Dallas Cowboys. As the Cowboys move to 9-1, Ravens fall to 5-5. Steelers at 5-5 right now. Saints and Panthers 4-6 each. And then we had the Jaguars taking on the Lions. Predict the Lions would get the job done. Jaguars no winning culture, just a bummed program as the Lions moved to 6-4 with a 26-19 win over the now 2-8 Jaguars. And a fun one between the Titans and the Colts. In the end, it's the Colts getting the job done at home. Right now, they're 5-5 versus the Saints being 5-6. And your final there was 24-17 Colts. And also, we had another good game. Bills taking on the Bengals in the jungle. As the Bengals fall again. Now they're 3-6-1, while the Bills move up to 5-5. Your final 16-12. The Bills shut out the Bengals in the second half while adding 6 points of their own, and that turned out to be the X factor in the end, as the Bengals had 12-10 lead at the half, but the Bills got it done. And then we had the Chiefs hosting the Bucks. The Bucks win it. They win 19-17. Bucks now at 5-5. Chiefs fall to 7-3, and that was quite a game. We also had the Bears taking on the Giants, and very close game at halftime. And the Bears actually had a lead, 16-9, but things did not turn out too well for the Bears, as they now fall to 2-8. Giants 7-3. In the end, your final 22-16 Giants. And we had the Vikings taking on the Cardinals, a very exciting one. We thought the Cardinals maybe get bowled off in the end, and they didn't. Your final 30-24 Cardinals. And in the end, the Vikings defense came up big. Vikings now sitting at 6-4. Cardinals 4-5-1. And another close game and a low-scoring one. You know you have a low-scoring game when you got the Dolphins taking on the LA Rams over in LA. And Dolphins got the win, 14-10. The Patriots went on the road against San Francisco, the 49ers. And they struggled early on. And it's a close game, but in the end, Patriots got the job done. They now sit at 8-2. Niners 1-9. Patriots win 30-17. And we had a late afternoon game that was a lot of fun. Eagles taking on Seahawks. Close at first, but Seahawks, great job with a 26-15 win over their NFC opponent, the Eagles. Eagles now 5-5. Seahawks 7-2-1. And this one was close for quite a while, but in the end, once again, Washington getting the win over the Green Bay Packers, 42-24, and a lot of big plays, excellent performances by Washington, and some pretty good performances from the Packers by some of those players. And then we cap the week with perhaps the best game of all. The Raiders and the Texans, so close, a battle at first. But in the end, Raiders advanced to 8-2. They win 27-20 again. And now the Texans fall to 6-4. Now let's take a look at our Week 12 power rankings according to ESPN. Let's start right at the bottom with Cleveland Browns, 0-11, no explanation necessary. So 49ers, they look a little better, but they didn't win. So they're 1-9, and they're still number 31. And, I mean, it's probably one of their better performances against the Patriots this past week. Jaguars, losing culture, close game. They're 2-8, they're number 30. Number 29, Chicago Bears, 2-8. Another bad team, and yeah, they're number 29. Number 28, another bad team. 3-7. The 3-7 New York Jets. They stay in the exact same spot. The Rams fell 1. They're 4-6 right now, and good start. Obviously great on defense, but on offense they just can't do anything. Despite Jared Goff's debut, Dolphins barely pull out a 14-10 win. Just combine the Seattle offense or the Steelers normally offense with that Rams defense, and you've got quite a team. Number 26, 3-6-1 Bengals. Once again, it just a bad loss for the Bengals, and it's honestly just you can't lose to the Bills, and that's just the way it goes. Number 25, the Chargers. So many close games, but they can never win. And here we go. Chargers fall from number 23 to number 25. They're 4-6. I mean, what can you say? They just are not a winning team, and it's just very good. Of course, they had a bye week this week, but still, it's just hard. And also, Green Bay Packers, 4-6, a disappointment this year. And they're allowing 27.6 points per game. That's the most points allowed by Packers defense since 1958. Come on, Green Bay. You can do better than that. You gotta beat the Redskins. Number 23, the New Orleans Saints, 4-6, hard loss against Carolina where they could just not pull it off in the end. And then we had the Tampa Bay Bucks at number 22. They're 5-5. And that's an impressive win they had against the Kansas City Chiefs, which, they'd won, but they're kind of shaky. And then we had number 21 Arizona Cardinals. Well, they fell pretty far after losing to the Vikings, who snapped a 4-game losing streak. Not very good. They're 4-5-1. The Cardinals are. Number 20, we have the Carolina Panthers, 4-6, moving up. They got a win against a not very good Saints team, but they won. They let the Saints kind of come back, but you know what? That's fine. Okay? That's fine. They deserve a move up from number 24 to number 20. Number 19, Tennessee Titans, 5-6. And they stayed in the same spot, number 19. I don't necessarily agree with this, but it's just the way. I was kind of thinking the Titans might pull this one out, but they didn't. They looked decent, but in the end, it's number 18 Indianapolis Colts moving big time from number 27 to number 18. They're 5-5, and they're looking pretty good. Just can they win big games against good teams? Number 17, Buffalo Bills moving up after a win against the Bengals, a hard one in the jungle. but a good win for the Bills. They are 5-5. So the Houston Texans moved down 2 spots after their loss to the Oakland Raiders last night. I think it was a decent win, but they blew their fourth quarter lead, and that's just not good. So they're 6-4 right now at number 16, and the Eagles fell big time from number 8 to number 15. They're 5-5 right now. Not too impressive against a good Seattle team. Number 14, Baltimore Ravens, moving down a spot from number 13, but they're 5-5, and only a spot because for a long time it's a very competitive game against Dallas. Number 13, Pittsburgh Steelers, 5-5. You know, they moved down again. They moved down. They're probably, I would say that they're the best 5-5 team out there. The Steelers, best 5-5 team out there. They got to win against the Browns, but a win against the Browns, unless you blow them out, isn't impressive. That's why they moved down 4 spots. And then we have number 12, Minnesota Vikings, moving up 3 spots from number 15. They're 6-4. Nice win over the Arizona Cardinals. Number 11, Miami Dolphins, moving up big time, 6 spots from number 17 to number 11. They're 6-4. They've won 5 straight. And what a good win against a very good team defensively in the LA Rams. Number 10, Detroit Lions, moving up 2 spots at 6-4. And they have trailed in the fourth quarter every single game of the season. They pull out 6 wins. And it's something I think you can respect. They're first in the NFC North, and you know they got to win against the Jaguars. Not the most impressive thing in the world, but definitely I think a decent team in the Lions. They're going to face a challenge against the number. They're going to face a challenge though against the number 12 Minnesota Vikings, who now hold the spot the Lions once had. And then moving up 2 spots, Washington, and they're 6-3-1. Good win for Washington against the Green Bay Packers, even though the Packers are not that good. It's definitely a good thing to boast about. We won against the Packers, even though it was at home, not in Lambeau, but still, it was cold and it was a good one. Number 8, Atlanta Falcons, moving down 1 spot. They are 6-4, and the Atlanta Falcons right now, their last game came against the Eagles, and it was a loss, so they moved down with all the things going around them. And the Chiefs took a big dip, and I mean a big dip, 7-3. They moved down 5 from number 5 to number 7. So it's not a huge dip, but it's a pretty big dip. And it's just, they just don't look like the most impressive team in the league, but they have been pulling out wins. Number 6, New York Giants, they're 7-3, and they moved up 10 spots. Good win against the Bears, and they're really under the radar, but they're a really good team. And then the Broncos moving down 1 spot after, this week they didn't even play, so after everything that's going around them, what can you complain about? Their defense has been really good, but their offense is pretty much terrible. And they only got 20 points against a terrible Oakland offense, and they only get 25 against a pretty bad Saints defense in both cases. And, they've got the defense to get the job done. They've got the wins, but they just don't have... a loss of words. They just don't have the offense, and they're going to have to improve. Trevor Siemian and company. Then number 4, Oakland Raiders. I really love these Oakland Raiders. they move up 2 spots from number 6, and good win over the Texans in a competitive game. Number 3, New England Patriots, they stay at the same spot. And, the Patriots, they're not the most impressive one against the 49ers, but it was a win, and you just kind of move away from that Seattle loss, and that's why Seattle's number 2, 7-2-1. Same ranking as last week, good win against the Eagles, and who knows, number 1, my Super Bowl favorite, the Dallas Cowboys. At number 1, 9-1. I love these Cowboys. I want to refer to something, I think we can all refer to. The ESPN preseason power rankings had the Cowboys at number 13. And that was decent, but they were not exactly where they are right now. All right, so now let's move on to what you CFB fans have been waiting for. Our CFB rankings and review. Let's start at number 25. You got Navy. Number 24, Stanford. Number 23, Washington State. Number 22, Utah. Number 21, Western Michigan. Number 20, Houston. Number 19, Boise State. Number 18, West Virginia. Number 17, Tennessee. Number 16, Nebraska. Number 15, Florida. Number 14, Florida State. Number 13, Auburn. Number 12, USC. Number 11, Louisville. Number 10, OSU, Oklahoma State. Number 9, Colorado. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 7, Penn State. Number 6, Wisconsin. Number 5, Washington. Number 4, Clemson. Number 3, Michigan. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 1, Alabama. And if I was in charge of this ranking system, here's how I would do it. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Clemson. Number 4, Michigan, just switching around Clemson and Michigan, basically. Number 5, I'm going with, believe it or not, I'm going to go big here. I want Oklahoma, because they look like the best team in that spot right now. And then this is even bigger. Number 6, I'm going USC. And you're going like, what? How's he doing this? How's he pulling this stuff out of thin air? But I'm really impressed. Big strength of schedule for USC. And you could even argue to put USC ahead of Oklahoma just because Oklahoma's won the games they should. That's why I'm putting Oklahoma up there. Except for maybe Houston, but that was a competitive game. Then, so basically, now that we've gotten through there, number 7, give me Colorado. I like those Buffs right now. And then, number 8, I'm going Oklahoma State. Number 9, I'm getting around to Wisconsin. And number 10, I'm going with Penn State. Penn State's at one head-to-head against Ohio State, but other than that, they don't have anything. They lost to Pitt? I mean, come on. And that's just not good. I know those are wacky rankings. I understand that, but it's not realistic. Obviously, this is realistic. We've got our top 10 with Oklahoma State, number 10, number 9, Colorado, number 8, Oklahoma, number 7, Penn State, number 6, Wisconsin, number 5, Washington, number 4, Clemson, number 3, Michigan, number 2, Ohio State, number 1, good old mighty Alabama. So basically, I talked about, if you'll refer to our last Tuesday podcast, I talked about why I put Clemson ahead of Michigan. Michigan struggled against Indiana. Ohio State struggled against Michigan State. But still, I think the conditions had to do with that. Still, I'm liking Clemson more than I am Michigan. So if I was picking for this week, just to decide who's going to be in, then I have to go with those guys. But who do I actually think is going to go in where and what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you. Come back. Please do. Once the final rankings are released, we're going to have a podcast on it, and you will want to hear exactly how I think things will play out. And also, this Friday, you'll get a big hint. We'll give you the picks for our big games, and we've got quite a lot of ranked games. And also, here's some things that I question, okay? Some things I like. Washington State doesn't move down, really. It's a good loss against Colorado. Here's some questions. Why is Western Michigan ahead of Why is Boise State ahead of Western Michigan? Western Michigan, along with Alabama, is the only undefeated team in the nation. They beat 2 Big Ten teams. They are basically, if they went out, they punched a ticket to the New Year's Six due to Wyoming winning. And of course, if Wyoming wins out, then they're good. So why is Boise State ahead of Western Michigan? Committee, you better be listening. And how in the world is USC down here at number 12? I mean, at least put them into the top 10. Here's what I do. Honestly, the whole Penn State fan club, I'd have to put Southern Cal instead of Penn State, easily. And yeah, I honestly put them higher, but I know the committee would never do that. I at least put them at number 10. I mean, they're behind Louisville. They're behind a 2-loss Oklahoma State. Now, of course, Southern Cal has 3 losses. Let's take a look at their 3 losses. Of course, first one came right off the bat to Alabama before change of QB to Sam Darnold. Next one came to Stanford. Once again, not the best game, but they've improved since then. And then the next loss came right after that to Utah. But after that, they ran the table. And they're looking a strong team. They're second in the South. Meanwhile, you better watch out, because Colorado's first in the South. Now, let's take a look at how things will play out. Colorado plays Utah. Pac-12 scenarios. And here we go. Pac-12 South scenarios. In the Pac-12 South, if the Colorado Buffs win out, then that means, then the Buffs are in, and I absolutely love those Buffs. I think they should be higher too. But if Utah wins against Colorado, then Utah's in. USC is in. And then here we go. Washington State. Whoever goes to play in the Pac-12 championship representing the North, it's the winner of that game. So we've got some fun scenarios in the Pac-12. And of course, we've got Big Ten scenarios, not really SEC scenarios, perhaps a little ACC drama. And we'll break it all down Friday. Gridiron Glory. It's going to be episode 16, y'all. No, just kidding. It's going to be episode 17 because of a special edition. Thanksgiving, Friday football. We're going to break it all down tomorrow night, Wednesday night. Be sure to tune in to Gridiron Glory, episode 16. From the studio, I'm Alexander Cook, and please follow us on Twitter at @TheFootballKids. Please subscribe. It would mean the world to us. And also spread the word about this. If there's one thing you do, please tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family that we are out there and we're going to give you good analysis. I'm a kid, and it would mean the world to us. Please check out our blog at gridironglorysportsblog.weebly.com. Please check out our Facebook by searching in the search bar Gridiron Glory Sports Podcast. Check us out on Google Plus by searching in the search bar Gridiron Glory Sports Podcast. And that's going to be all. Once again, from the studio, I'm Alexander Cook, and have a great night. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Thanksgiving coming up. If you don't see us tomorrow, we certainly hope you do. Happy Thanksgiving. Please leave a comment on how you are celebrating Thanksgiving on our Twitter feed. Thank you, and have a great night.